we develop a faculty, we develop a community. We fulfill a social obligation. So today, we are here in this online platform for a larger purpose, to develop a oneself at large. The topics of this faculty development program has been meticulously planned in order to apply to the new, mid-career and senior teaching fraternity. To begin today's session orderly, let's first invoke the presence of the Almighty. I now request Ms. Sabha Sara of 3rd BCom Information Systems Management to lead the prayer.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Surah Al-Fatiha. A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. Alhamdulillahi rabbil alamin. Ar-Rahmanir Rahim. مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين آمين. Translation. The opening. Allah's name to commence with, the most gracious, the most merciful. All praises are due to Allah, owner of all the worlds. The most gracious, the most merciful, owner of the day of recompense. You alone may be worshipped, and from you alone may we ask help. Enable us to walk straight path, the path of those upon whom you have bestowed favors, not of those who were subjected to your wrath, nor of those who are astray. Jazakallahu khairan. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Sabha. I now request Dr. Firdaus Jahan, Vice Principal, Justice Bashir Ahmed Said College for Women, afternoon session, to welcome the dignitaries and participants.
You are essentially who you create yourself to be, and all that occurs in your life is the result of your own making. Stephen Richards, I am quote. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu, meaning may peace and blessings of Almighty be showered upon all of us. Pleasant day to all, distinguished delegates from around the globe, honorable guests, eminent academicians, erudite scholars. I consider it an honor to connect virtually with all of you today. The 7 days faculty development program is organized to provide an opportunity to acquire knowledge about current technological developments in relevant fields and to enhance academicians to acquire desired skills sets to excel. Let me take this opportunity to extend a very warm welcome to you to today's faculty development program. On behalf of the management, principal, and faculty members of Justice Bashir Ahmed Said College for Women, I welcome you to the International Faculty Development Program on Professional Progression in Commerce and Management, organized by the Department of Corporate Secretaryship and Information Systems Management and Business Administration of Justice Bashir Ahmed Said College for Women, Chennai, in collaboration with Tamil Nadu Advanced Technical Training Institute, Chennai, Tamil Nadu, India. I welcome our principal in charge, Dr. Abdul Aziz, whose unstinted support and guidance motivates us to organize such events. I am honored to welcome and introduce the chief guest for the day, Dr. Ratna Chellappa. Dr. Ratna Chellappa has completed her PhD in management from Shastra University. She has cleared the preparing to teach course offered by University of Hertfordshire. She is a dedicated academician with nearly 30 years of experience and has many laurels to her credit. Dr. Ratna has guided 11 projects and has published many scholarly articles in journals and books. She has authored titled Entrepreneurial Development. She has attended several faculty development programs and has organized and participated in many national and international workshops and conferences. She is the recipient of Global Faculty Award 2021 for accomplishing excellence in educational services via occupational competence and exemplary work in the field of higher education. We welcome you, madam. It's
Thank you,
my
ma'am.
privilege to
Thank you
introduce
very much.
It's my privilege to introduce the resource person for today's technical session, Dr. Inayat Tenrel, a doctor by profession. She has got a master's from Boston, USA. She is a branding expert, having run multiple businesses in a global level, taking care of recruitment and training in US, Singapore, and India. She is also a mental well-being counselor for students and teachers and has counseled 500 teachers and 2,000 students. She is a mentor for many startups. Dr. Inayat Chandran is currently running a leading digital marketing company. She is the co-founder of Make Excellence Trust and Charitable Foundation and is also the CEO of EduLink Global Academy Singapore. Being an enthusiastic learner herself, she loves to share her knowledge with others. I extend a warm welcome to you, madam.
Thank you so much.
I welcome Mr. Joshua Gregar, Chief Operating Officer, CATI, serial entrepreneur, social activist, Chennai, India. The deans, head of the departments, and faculty members to this event. I also take this opportunity to welcome all the delegates and participants to this International Faculty Development Program. As Benjamin Franklin said, an investment in knowledge pays the best interest. We should update our knowledge by getting acquainted with recent developments in various disciplines related to our areas of expertise. Equipping ourselves with such kind of acquaintance will surely help us to be exemplary in our fields. Let us use this opportunity in a fruitful way and emerge as progression in the prerequisites for excellence. I am positive that this session would serve as an eye-opener and facilitate a worthwhile march towards professional progress. Once again, and welcome you all to this International Faculty Development Program. Have an enriching day ahead. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Now, with much honor, I hereby invite Dr. Amtul Aziz ma'am, Principal in charge of Justice Bashir Ahmed Said College for Women, Autonomous Chennai, to present her presidential address.
unmute principal ma'am, please. Unmute. Shirin. Shirin,
Yes, ma'am.
please unmute principal ma'am.
Harini, can you please unmute Principal ma'am? Can you please make her as co-host?
Ma'am, yes,
Yes.
I once again invite Dr. Amtul Aziz ma'am, Principal in charge, Justice Bashir Ahmed Said College for Women, to present her presidential address. Ma'am, please.
Harini, unmute principal ma'am. Ma'am is talking, but we couldn't hear it. Harini, please unmute principal ma'am.
Dear friends, owing to some technical issue, there's a slight delay. Kindly back for a few minutes. Thank you. Harini, Principal Ma'am just confirmed that she has to be unmuted as 1 plus 2201.
it's done, ma'am.
Thank you.
Now can you all hear me?
Thank you so
Yes,
much for
ma'am.
joining,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Thank you so much for joining, ma'am.
Yes.
Sorry for the inconvenience caused.
I know. I should have actually told you. Anyway, a very, very good evening and a pleasant evening to all of you. Now, can you all hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes,
It's
ma'am.
okay. I, on behalf of the management, once again extend my warm welcome to all the distinguished delegates from across the globe, all the eminent scholars, the special invitees, faculty members, ladies and gentlemen. It's indeed a great pleasure to connect with you all virtually, although there were a few hitches. So this is basically a small problem, I would say, when it's a virtual platform. But anyway, we have connected together after a long time, and I express my immense pleasure to preside over this inaugural function for this International Faculty Development Program. And I commend the department on the theme selected, which is Professional Progression in Commerce and Management, which is being organized by the Departments of Corporate Secretaryship, Information Systems Management, and the Department of Business Administration of Justice Bashir Ahmad Said College for Women. And without a doubt, I can state the fact that the COVID-19 pandemic, which has now become a thing of past, has led to this new age revolutionary virtual world. And especially in the scenario of the education across universities, across colleges, the digital learning trends which are existing now, it offers actually ease in acquiring information and sharing of knowledge by national experts and international experts. And it's a virtual connect, I would say. So our institution, Justice Bashir Ahmad Said College for Women, is indeed privileged to be one among the premier institutions of the city of Chennai, Tamil Nadu. And we cater to the students of all strata of the society. And with the motto of learning is light from God, our college endeavors to impart quality in all academic spheres, which is knowledge-driven and categorically emphasizing on the skills, thus tuning the students towards holistic development and with a background of good values and ethics. And the college has actually conducted several programs, international conferences and seminars on, and also the faculty development programs for the benefit of the faculty, which in turn is going to benefit the students. So at the beginning of the pandemic, when the lockdown started, there was a first of its kind program in the month of June 2020, where we had a national FDP program conducted for our staff. In fact, it was for the entire fraternity of JBS College. And this was on basically the digital learning and teaching and learning. It was also a 7-day program, and it was an overwhelming experience for all our teaching faculty. And taking a cue from these previous endeavors, this faculty program is now being organized on this virtual platform. And basically, I think the aim of this international faculty development program will be around three key themes. Firstly, it shall emphasize in the field of organizational development, which is to build the leadership qualities, abilities in the faculty, with a note on the new learning patterns in this digital era. And secondly, it shall focus on a research and methodology, and to work systematically with a background of a research-based learning and the teaching and learning which is involved with respect to research, and also like a connecting link to the latest and emerging trends in the subjects of commerce and management. That is very important. And finally, it would be like to aim, with the aim to highlight the future of the profession. So what is there? What are the innovations? What is the ideal structure? And rather the framework for faculty to develop and progress further and further. So professional progression is the need of the hour. And so I'm sure that this program will initiate, will infuse energy among the staff, and this change should be sustained. And with the key domains of the teaching, assessments, research, and professionalism in the educational environment. So I quote Henry Ford, who has said that anyone who stops learning is old, whether just the age of 20 or 80, and anyone who keeps learning stays young. So I unquote. So I'm very glad to be on this virtual platform, sharing with all the participants and all the scholars. And I take this opportunity once again to commend the organizers of the FDP program with their painstaking efforts to invite such resourceful persons and eminent scholars from across the world. I know it's very difficult, even though it's a virtual platform, it is difficult to get in touch and get the concurrence and arrange for all these kind of programs. So my words of appreciation to the departments of corporate secretaryship and business administration. And I hope that this FDP is going to be an unforgettable academic feast, which is going to leave an indelible mark on the participants. All the faculty members will be part of this program for the 7 days, and also add a feather to the cap of these departments and also to the institution. So I conclude by expressing my heartfelt thanks and best wishes to the organizers and to all the participants, and happy learning. I wish you all enriching sessions and also have a nice time. Thank you, one and all.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you so much for the elaboration on role of teachers, their professional advantage, and the scope of opportunity for us to develop. Thank you so much. I now request the chief guest and the guest speaker, Dr. Ratna Chellappa, faculty at University of Technology and Applied Sciences, Salala, Oman, to deliver her inaugural address to the gathering and cast the light of her knowledge upon us.
Respected dear delegates, professors, academicians, researchers, industrial experts, entrepreneurs, students, media, ladies and gentlemen, a very good evening to one and all. I'm very happy to be on this virtual platform to turn on the 7-day International Faculty Development Program to meet the growing needs of the developing business culture. There is greater demand for sound development of commerce as well as management education, not only in India but across the globe. India is prominently placed on the global higher education map, as there are more globally reputed Indian institutions like Justice Bashir Ahmad Said College for Women, undoubtedly. They have collaborations with quality international institutions, and in fact, faculty development program is one of the components for such success. My hearty congratulations to the authorities of this institution, Principal Dr. Amtul Aziz, Justice Bashir Ahmad Said College for Women, Vice Principal Dr. Firdaus Jahan, and Dean of the Business Studies and HOD of Corporate Secretaryship, Dr. Barakat. I submit a wholehearted congratulations to the organizers, Dr. Akhtar Begum and Dr. Sajita Parveen. They have selected a multifaceted topic in the sense that there is a paradigm shift in India now, not only in terms of education, but also in terms of software, in terms of internet, etc. And commerce and management are totally technical driven. And these technical instruments can place India in global dais through organizing faculty development programs like this. The subcomponents of FDP are really interesting. I would like, with the permission of the organizers, I would like to highlight a few about the subtopics. I'm very much impressed by all the subtopics. The first one is the artificial intelligence in commerce. And one of the main advantages of artificial intelligence is the ability to perform many tasks a human would normally carry out much better and faster with speed and accuracy. By integrating artificial intelligence into their digital experience, businesses can give customers what they want and when they want. Everyone knows that artificial intelligence can create demand forecasting. It also helps the world for intelligent pricing. We can also create automated content generation, and we can predict the customer's lifetime value. So the first topic, the subcomponent of the FDP, is really impressive. Then comes the resilience strategies. Very recently, I came across, I think on December 6, 2022, the World Bank report. They published that India's economy has demonstrated resilience and is expected to register a strong GDP growth and remain one of the fastest growing major economies of the world. Resilience in the economy would help to create policies and regulatory measures, and hence I feel that this session of FDP will be the need of the hour that could foster economic growth of the nation. The third subtopic is workplace time management. This college, autonomous college, is instituted for the ladies. I know how well we can balance the work life. We really find to strike a tough balance between the work life and the personal life. A well organized day, out of my own experience, a well organized day can help reduce stress levels and boost productivity. When people carefully plan and execute their tasks, they feel more confident in their work. Of late, many researchers have proved that there is an improved work-life balance if the following are avoided. I hope everyone know about this. For example, missed deadlines and appointments. Never miss a deadline and never miss an appointment. Procrastination and lack of focus. Lack of professionalism. Unwanted stress. We carry unwanted stress every day in our day-to-day activities. Strained workplace relationships, gossipings and other things that come around us in the work environment. Financial penalties. If we overcome all these, definitely there would be workplace time management. The fourth one, social media application in teaching and learning, a very interesting topic. Social media has gained its momentum right from 2020, especially when we had online studying platforms. There are three angles from which I have analyzed this. First, from the angle of the students, from the angle of the teachers, and from the angle of the researchers. When we talk from the angle of the students, through this open forum, the social media helps to connect and collaborate students beyond the physical classroom. It promotes self-directed learning. They start raising questions, so many questions to the teachers, and it helps the students to take decisions independently. And this platform also develops critical thinking and analytical skills in the students. Of course, I'm also a teacher for the past 26 years, and through this, started my career with talk and chalk. Now, slowly, when I did my post graduation in MPhil, we used to give to the, say for example, I did not have a laptop, I did not have even a phone till the age of 34. We used to give the projects for typing outside. But now I am learning. Teaching is a learning process, of course. Every day I am learning. I'm learning to use the social media platform and explore the best practices. And then when I come to the third angle, the research, social media is an innovative and effective tool for research purposes too. I could cite a few examples we are using now. I'm now working in University of Technology and Applied Sciences. We are now using Mendeley. It is an academic network that can help you to organize and collaborate all your research activities. And of late, you know about the ResearchGate, LinkedIn, Google+, WordPress, even Blogger, academia.edu, all these social media platforms very well help for our research activities. You may ask what are the advantages of doing research through social media. The first one, effectiveness. The second one, it is less expensive. It gives access to unlimited success, and it also facilitates prompt and reliable surveys. Once again, this topic, social media for teaching, learning and research, is a very useful one. The next topic is the professional ethics. As we know, professional ethics are the principles that govern the behavior of an individual or a group of persons. Like values, professional ethics provide rules on how a person should act towards, how he has to act towards the people, towards the institution, and how he is built up. Circumstance makes a man. Some universally ethical principles that may apply across all professions. Okay, they are, as you know, it includes honesty, trustworthiness, loyalty, respect for others, adherence to the law, doing good and avoiding harm for others, accountability for our own work. So again, the fifth topic, professional ethics, is very a really impressive one. Next comes qualitative research. After I found this subtopic, qualitative research, I analyzed a lot because this is also a new phenomenon for me. I searched in the net what is the meaning. I came across, and today our world is more complicated and it is difficult to understand what people think and perceive. Online qualitative research methods make it easier to understand, and it is more communicative and it also descriptive. Qualitative research helps to understand what is the behavior and what is the perception of target audience according to a particular topic. For example, we create Google Forms, we have focus groups, we have one-to-one interview, case studies, record keeping, qualitative observations. All these are few examples of qualitative research. I feel all the participants, all the researchers, academicians will be very much benefited out of this qualitative research. I'm very happy that the college has organized all the topics in a very good way. The last one, approach towards consulting projects, driven by global megatrends and a changed competitive environment. Companies are in a position now to make strategic plans. They have to make strategic plans. They have to develop business model. They have to develop all the processes, technologies in a very holistic way. And these will help any business to be future oriented. So these objectives could be attained only by projects. So I'm very happy that all the seven topics which are selected by the college, which are selected by the organizers, are very holistic, and these should definitely educate all the people, the academicians, students. The I heard today from my friend Annie Doctor, nearly 1,036 participants. It's overwhelming for FDP. I really congratulate the institution, the organizers, and all the people, all the staff who have taken earnest efforts in organizing this FDP. That's, I think I'm not overriding my time. I'm given only 15 minutes. So that's with honor and pleasure. I open up the 7-day International Faculty Development Program organized by the Justice Bashir Ahmed Said College in collaboration with Tamil Nadu Advanced Technical Training Institute, Chennai. Thank you very much, and I wish you all very best for the whole institution and also for the organizers and other participants. Thank you for giving me this opportunity. Thank you, one and all.
Thank you so much, ma'am. That was a highly
Thank you.
inspiring and motivational talk for all of us. Your appreciations on the topics of FTP means a lot to us. Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. And for the participants, the Telegram link is posted in the chat box. We request you to kindly join the Telegram also, as we update on the progress of the program, and other feedback link will also be updated in the Telegram. So please join the Telegram group also. Now, to deliver the dynamics of the faculty development program, I'm very happy to have Dr. Barkat, Head of the Department and Dean of Business Studies, Head of the Department of Corporate Secretaryship and Information Systems Management, Justice Bashir Ahmed Said College for Women. Ma'am, please.
Thank you, Priti. I quote the words of Dylan William. Every teacher needs to improve, not because they are not good enough, but because they can be even better. I unquote. Assalamu alaikum and good day to one and all present here. We, the Department of Corporate Secretaryship and Information Systems Management and the Department of Business Administration, Justice Bashir Ahmed Sayed College for Women, Autonomous Chennai, Tamil Nadu, India, in collaboration with Tamil Nadu Advanced Technical Training Institute, Chennai, schedule a 7-day international faculty development program for extensive learning and understanding on professional progression in commerce and management. It is my privilege to present the dynamic of this international faculty development program. In this context, I would like to give you a preview of these session plans. The first and foremost session will be chaired by Dr. Inaugural, CEO, Iduling Global Academy, Singapore, on professional ethics. We look forward for a viewpoint on principles that govern a person in work environment. This would enable the faculties to develop a good work ethic as it is key to success. The second day session is on the execute, execute topic for listening, decolonizing management research in an Asian context. A qualitative perspective by Dr. Mohammed Kashir, Assistant Professor, School of Business, JIFT University, Pakistan. Followed by Dr. Adnan Mohammed Shah, postdoctoral scientific researcher, University of Hamburg, Germany, for the third day of FDP on Information Systems Research Frontiers, an emerging role of big data analytics. We are certainly looking forward to learn smarter moves and efficient operation in research and development. On the day 4 of the FDP, Ms. Nirmala Guru, leadership coach and organizational development consultant, Doha, Qatar, will take us through the topic, the emotionally intelligent leader. We look forward to hear from her towards creating and providing an exciting, stimulating perspective for leadership. The session on employee development and career management preparation post-pandemic is scheduled on day 5 of the FDP. This slot will be directed by Dr. Subhadeep Mukherjee, Assistant Professor, Department of Management Studies, Manipal Institute of Technology, Sikkim, India. We hope to listen to interesting facts of employees' career progression. Mr. Shafir Bashir, Senior Engineering Leader, Boeing Corporation, Washington, United States of America, will provide insights on innovation in e-commerce technology on the sixth day of FTP. The e-commerce technology is everywhere that one cannot afford to miss. The final session on day 7 of FTP in order is on financial inclusions, human capital, and economic growth in Asian countries by Dr. Thion Nguyen, lecturer and researcher, to Damoh University, Vietnam. This topic has a growing literature and its understanding is highly imperative. On behalf of the Department of
Ma'am,
Corporate
excuse me,
Secretaryship,
Barkat ma'am, excuse
yes,
me. Your voice is a little slow. It is kind of less audible. Thank you.
on behalf of the Department of Corporate Secretaryship and Information Systems Management and the Department of Business Administration, I extend a very warm welcome to all of you. I hope that this program would prove to be useful to faculty at large. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am, for taking us through the FDP in gist. Moving right along, it's now my pleasure to hand over the session to our speaker for the day, Dr. Inia Tendril, the Doctor of Medicine, Master of Health Administration, CEO, EduLink Global Academy, Singapore. Ma'am, please take over the session.
Thank you so much. So first of all, a very, very good evening to every single participant in this session. I would like to extend my congratulations and appreciation to Justice Bashir Ahmed Said College for Women and the Department of Corporate Secretaryship and Information Systems Management, along with Department of Business Administration, and their collaborator, Tamil Nadu Advanced Technical Training Institute. First of all, I'm surprised that in this era, someone would want to improve the faculty development and dedicated time for 7 whole days. So a big round of applause to all of you, because in this busy world where we want to cover the syllabus, where we want to finish off the exams, where we want to make it up to all the time that we have missed over the pandemic days, but dedicating time for development in faculty is a great work, and hats off to you all. And without any further ado, I would also like to thank Dr. Ratna Chalapa ma'am for her knowledge of experience shared. It's inspiring, ma'am. Thank you. So you will be somewhere in our hearts as well while we communicate.
Well, very nice to see a young and energetic resource person like you who could. I never feel I'm away from India. I feel like I am at my home country now.
Lovely. So thank you to all of you, and let me begin my session. So when we say ethics, right, diving into the session ethics, every single profession has its own ethics. Me being a doctor, my ethics is more on confidentiality, what is to be revealed and what not to be revealed. And we take a Hippocrates oath when we graduate as doctors. So maintaining our ethos, actually ethics comes from this Greek word called ethos. So maintaining our ethos, we follow the confidential purposes, what to communicate and what not to communicate to each and everyone. So to cite a small example on ethics in terms of medicine first, I have a patient and my patient has a complicated disease, and I would first approach my patient and convey that, yes, in a very polite way, that you joined the hospital on this day, got admitted, we did the following, and we further went to do all these tests, and now we have come to a conclusion, or from the reports obtained, we find that, see the way, the tone, this is ethics, the tone of delivery, right? We find that you have been diagnosed with so and so disease, and we will also like to tell you that we will be following a plan. So this is a way I'm supposed to deliver it to a person ethically. The word is ethically here, right? And I should actually get the concern of the patient if I could reveal the same details even to his spouse, children, or anybody of his choice. This is in terms of medicine, a small example. So now picking up the general, definition that you have, ethos and ethics, it's derived with so many different circumstances. It's a branch of philosophy where we talk more on the human conduct. When I say human conduct, it is not just built by a random person saying, oh, these are the 7 ethics or these are the 10 principles. No, this has evolved all through the years by experiments and experiences.
Recording stopped.
Which are very expensive. Okay, the experiences which are expensive have been derived into ethical
recording
behavior.
In progress.
Ethical
recording
behavior.
Stopped.
Okay, more specifically, how an individual should be projected in the society or how to behave. But why do we choose professional ethics? Okay, we will have ethics for our house in a different way. So every household has different way of ethics. There are certain houses, if you see, everybody dine together for dinner. In certain houses, everybody visits to a particular religious place as family. These are ethical code of conducts which are built for different families. Now, when you come to the professional environment, teachers, you are doing a very amazing job. Even during the pandemic, you pulled all your strings with your family, with your external circumstances. You made justice to be a teacher and deliver whatever is necessary. But at times, due to our pressure or circumstantial situation, we forget certain ethics. And what are those ethics? Those are the professional ethics, right? And in this professional ethics, if you see, we have to build it for our particular institution, or how we are going to continue our journey for the next, let's say, 10 to 15 years as a teacher. What are we going to follow as a professional ethics? So professional ethics is nothing but merely building our own concrete system of regulations, So professional ethics are basically the principles that govern the behavior of a person or a group or a particular working.
Recording in progress.
Okay, in this we also have to involve values, and when you involve the values, nobody should be hurt or it shouldn't be biased. We should be framing an entire ethical code of conduct which is suitable for the management, that is the institution, the teachers, and then the students, and also to the environment which is around it, right? So these are the basic touches of ethics. Okay, now I would like to cite a couple of examples before I enter into why ethics is important for teachers. So a couple of weeks back, I happened to go to a college to train the teachers. So usually my sessions are, I first hear from the teachers, their point of view, and then I deal with the students. So the teachers had a lot of complaints telling me that, oh, they never listen. They are very adamant. They are very techno people, techno in the sense they are too much inclined to their phone and all that. And then I went to the students' side. The students had different set of concerns. All that could be sorted out, but this one thing that the boy told me, ma'am, this particular teacher, when she was taking the class, some of us did well and some of us didn't do well. And that immediate word that came into her mouth is, you all are only eligible to study in a government institution. Why are you here in my institution, wasting my time and the management's time? She has broken the boundary of the ethic here, where she has judged someone based on that particular circumstance, that this person only fits into a government institution, right? And taking on the other hand, government institutions are no less, irrespective of whatever they are doing, they have their own pros and everything. She has also judged them and put the ethical layer of it, that these are not supposed to be good and you are supposed to be there. So this is one example that came into my mind, and it did take a small toll on me. I was upset because, one particular incident does not define any particular person or anything, right? So why now, with the teacher's example, I'll tell you why is it important, for a teacher to have ethics. So this helps the teacher to provide quality education. See, many a times we are confused between the quantity and the quality. There are a lot of people who tell me, oh, I teach so much. No, it is not about you teach so much. Whatever you teach, is that delivered with the right quality? That is where our ethical line stands. There's a thin line between the quality and the quantity. And we always believe strongly that, oh, I delivered so much, I took care of them so much, I motivated them so much. No, it is not so much. Even if it is little, was it the right content you gave them? Was it the right proven way that you taught them? And was the materials of a quality? This is what it matters at the end of the day. So with providing of a good education and quality education, we also can inculcate good values among our students. So professional ethics will enlighten the teacher in a way that the behaviors that he have to put it in front of the student, and the behaviors they have to maintain in order to, maintain the environment. So as an individual, we all have different types of behaviors. We all have different ways of moods, behaving tendency as well. For example, if you personally ask me, over the years of my time growing up, at home I'm a totally carefree person, jolly, and even today I'm mischievous. But at my professional front, I am a total different person, that I am a perfectionist. I make sure it is to the perfect layer. I maintain punctuality. I have a lot of things inbuilt in me, because that's how my teachers taught me and put it into me. So I'm already a two different person here. The same way we all are, but how do we build the professional self of us with all the ethics is why we are looking up into professional ethics for a teacher, right? So few of examples of what a teacher should have is honesty. Okay, I wouldn't say the teachers are not honest these days, but they have to be honest to an extent where the students also feel that I should also be honest to you, right? So it is not like I'm a teacher, I deliver the content to you and I expect you to be very honest with me. Why honesty is that in the olden days, it was only the education that was required out of a school or a college. But nowadays, there is more to it. That is a place where they meet a lot of people. That is a place where they are being mentored, they are being built to a finest person, they are being educated with a lot of knowledge to be what they are going to be in the future, a CEO, a COO, or whatnot. So a lot of things are happening, and now we have all this nice words called depression, anxiety, all this happening inside the school or college. So we need to address that as well. In that state, honesty between the teacher and student is very, very important, so that the student reaches out to you to say, I didn't do the test well, or I don't understand this, because the person has established a honest situation with you. So we need honesty. The next one is that trustworthiness. So honesty and trustworthiness maximize themselves to be the same thing. And then transparency. Transparency as in, this is my plan for you, this is what I am going to teach you, and this is what I'm expecting out of you, is the transparency. And there are the contradictory side is we are never transparent with this. We set ourselves to the students that I'm here to deliver the content, I'm expecting 100 on 100, and I want all centums. No, that is not. You have to put up a chart of what is going to be delivered from you as transparent and what you're expecting from them. And the expectation differs to individual by individual. So in your class you will have the top layer of toppers, then you will have average scorers, and there will be people who can't score as well. So we will have to identify and act accordingly. Next is accountability and then confidentiality. So the accountability is not much of a need to teachers because we are not engaged in any type of extracurricular activities apart from teaching them and inculcating behaviors. So confidentiality. So when a student comes to you to convey something, there is a lack of confidentiality. They are worried that you might discuss it in the staff room. They are worried that you might take it to the principal. So whenever I go to any college or schools, most of the students come to me for personal time. Why? Because they want to tell me what is happening in their life, and they don't have the confidence on the staff because they are worried that they might convey it to the teachers, and the teachers might judge these students, and next time she might even say it in front of the class or anything. So the confidentiality has to be maintained in all parts of life. Most of the time, we think that it will not be known to the person, that even if we convey it to someone else, sometimes it comes around. What you do comes around at times. So confidentiality is one of the crucial things that we have to follow. Next is respect. So respect is always a give and take, and it's part of ethics. So off late, there are a lot of students who do not respect their teachers. Why? Because they have been now put into a scenario that for the past 2 years, they have enjoyed themselves at home where they did not have any personal one-on-one session with the teachers. They have forgotten about standing up and greeting the teachers. They have forgotten that they're supposed to keep quiet when the session is happening, because most of the time they were on mute. When they were in the Zoom sessions with us during the 2 years, they were on mute, their videos were off. So we don't even know what they were doing there. Imagine them running around while our sessions were happening. So these are few reasons that, there is now a huge decline in respect from the students to the teachers. To bring this back, we have to invest a lot of value-based education to them, and also teach them that soft skills are important. And the next one is to be loyal and obedient to the law. Both are same. Loyalty to your institution and obedient to the law. We have a lot of laws that is going to be that are already implemented for teachers as well as students, and we have to make sure ethics are bound to that, right? For example, no discrimination. You're not supposed to discriminate or any type of harassment. All this comes under the law. So these are few reasons why we need professional ethics for teachers or any different type of sector in education institution, right? Now is what is the practice standards? Okay, so consider yourself to be a professional, right? You have your own principles and value, but can you just convey it to them? No. That is not how it is supposed to be done. You have to make sure that particular ethical situation is apt for them, right? For example, let's say when the ethics, when I'm in a situation of a very high-tech city and not a, let's say, rural place, I have different ethics to be conveyed. I have to teach the high-tech city people that they're supposed to not use their phones in the college, not spend more time for online browsing and all that. When I go to the rural area, my ethical conveying entire situation is different. I have to tell them how to behave. I have to tell them how to handle the technology. So the entire situation is different. And ethically, we are actually splitting the two different sides of people. So we have to ensure that we are delivering the right content for the right people, and our approach shouldn't be hurting them, right? We should also act consistent. When you are following the ethics, you have to maintain the consistency. Consistency in the sense, I will now implement a code of conduct for my entire batch of students, and that is just for today. I'm not going to check if it's going to be followed, or I'm not going to check if it is happening properly, but again I will re-implement this next year. This is lack of consistency. So when we implement a code of conduct, we should make sure that it is being checked, it is monitored, and we should also see if they are following it, right? So there are 6 core values for ethics. Okay, the first one is service. Teacher service are very noble. Even there are a lot of people who say that being a teacher is one of the dedicated and very peaceful profession. Why? Because conveying knowledge is so peaceful. You don't have to hurt or harm. You are conveying everything that you know. And as Albert Einstein said, it is the supreme art of the teacher to awaken joy, okay, in creative knowledge and expression. So the knowledge and expression is very peaceful when it is conveyed in an appropriate way. So that is why we are going to have this core values of ethics, and the first one is justice. Next one is social justice. There is no discrimination irrespective of gender or anything based on their familial background or how much they own or anything. Next is dignity and worth of the person. We shouldn't be harming it at any point of time. Next is the importance of human relationship. So before considering them to be students, we have to understand that they are humans just like us, but in a different age group. So we have also come across that, and we have to step down to build the relationship with them. Next is integrity, and the last one is competence, right? So the next thing is that why ethics for a noble profession like teaching? So this has a great impact on molding the next generation, right? When you work as a friend and a philosopher and a guide, you have a balance in your work life as a teacher, where your students come to you directly to expect what they want. For example, they want more materials. For example, they want more. They have more doubts and they want it to be cleared. And if this relationship in case is not built like the friend, philosopher, and guide, there will be an imbalance between the past, present, and the future. And they are the rebellious ones who we meet in our day-to-day life. So when we follow ethics in our profession, we get respect and status in the society. And this also is a part of our ethical nature and cultural values of India. Right. Next is the paradigm shift in the perception. Okay, there is a lot of perception, and your perception as teachers will change. Right, it will increase the responsibility in the students, and you will feel committed to them. And every time when this values, ethics, responsibility, and commitments take place, do not forget to reward whoever did well in this circumstance. Rewarding actually is a part of ethics, right? So when you reward for every ethical behavior, there is a huge milestone achieved. Okay. Next is the principles of professional ethics. Like teacher is a big guide, and you have to be very connectable, right? You have to recognize the individual differences among the students to seek and meet their individual needs, right? You have to respect the right of every student and encourage the students to reach the goals. Okay, whenever we are doing this, it is best not to expect anything out of them, right? When you're doing all this, I'm expecting a centum, no, do not put a content called expectation from them. Just let them be what they are, so that you will get the achievements in return and reward them appropriately, right? So what are the obligations of teachers when we convey everything ethically? We have obligations with respect to employment and corporate and the development of college policies, where we have to be compatible, and we have to maintain the level of service where we are on a professional level. As our years of experience increases, the level of your service is also supposed to go up. It shouldn't decline. And you have to also update yourself constantly so that you are up to the mark. Like some certain teachers tell me, I don't understand what is this K drama they're talking about. They're talking about Netflix, Amazon Prime. I'm saying that you don't have to go spend time watching it, but try to gain a few bit of knowledges from Google or anything where you will get an idea about it. And that is more than enough. When you communicate with your students, they feel more connected. So this is just an example. So there are several things where how you can connect with them. Next thing is that contribution of knowledge. So teachers and the students, we always strongly believe that teachers are the ones who are supposed to contribute the knowledge, and we forget that students are also knowledgeable, and we should give a chance for them to convey their knowledge to you as well. Once in a time, when you are free, talk to them, ask them what are their extra knowledges they know, what are the extracurricular activities they are involved in, and encourage your students to improve their attainments, right? And the very, very, very important and delicate thing in ethics is refrain from physical punishment, any type of a sexual abuse, mental and emotional harassment, and do not make them go through it just because we are the teachers. They have to be treated as humans before they are treated as students, right? So these are the few things. In among your colleagues, strive for continuous professional development. Not only your development, make sure the other teachers with you are also developing in their own way. Attend a lot of conferences and workshops, because no knowledge goes to waste. Whatever you learn, irrespective to your profession or not to your profession, every single knowledge is useful at some points of time. One such good example is which I came across lately. So I have a personal love for art, and I don't know how many of you all know there's this particular art form in India called Rogan art, and this art has been gifted to every prime minister and presidents of this world. So when I came across one out of curiosity, I just happened to gain a little bit knowledge about it. And one fine day, I met someone, and that particular person, I asked them, "What is your profession?" I didn't know this person is involved. And then the person told me, "I'm involved in Rogan art, and I am the last generation alive." And we happened to discuss a lot. I got to know that the UNESCO has verified it, and I could have a communication. The knowledge that I got somewhere out of curiosity did not go in waste. So similarly, any knowledge at any point of your life you gain is never going to be wasted. It will be somewhere implemented or useful for any type of discussions. Okay, so also build a code of ethics for your own institution, your own classes. Cooperate in the formulation of policies of the institution. Make sure you are there ethically for the betterment of the institution, right? And then also make sure the teaching and the non-teaching staff, remember, we are equal partners in developing the institution. Our domains might be different, but we are a part of that institution, and we all are here with one purpose: the development of every single child in your institution, right? So the last couple of things that I would like to share is how to implement this ethics. As I said from the beginning, create a code, right? Engage with your teachers and your management before you create that code, and ask the students also if they have few recommendations to be involved, right? Set yourself to be a good role model consistently, right? And also help to train your other colleagues also to be a part of this, right? Promote ethical behavior wherever, whenever we can, and then reward the appropriate ethical behavior, report unethical behavior irrespective of who, what, where, when, how, right? And learn from our mistakes and rebuild the code again, and make sure you're updated and you're moving with the time accordingly. So all this will give us a very, very sincere, very pure, peaceful, stress-free, and a knowledgeable and ethical environment, right? So to have all this, being ethical first to ourselves and to the society is very, very important. So I would like to say that ethical lifestyle gives you the very, very respectful way of living, and we should all follow it, right? So I'd like to thank all of you in the session for this opportunity. Any questions, please drop in. I'm happy to answer. And thank you once again for having me, to the management, to the participants, and everyone. I hope this session was useful. And year-end greetings to all of you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Doctor, for highlighting well on the code of conduct for teachers. Your experiences have balanced actually all our varying levels of experience well throughout the speech. So for the general participants, the feedback link will be posted in the chat box. Kindly fill up your feedback. We will go ahead and take some time for the questions now. So we will pick out the questions from the chat box, and probably I will keep the questions to you, ma'am. There was a question from one Ms. Suhasini: how to handle students ethically in reducing the usage of mobile phones during classes, because this behavior is noticed in students post-COVID pandemic due to mobile phones addiction.
The question is a very useful one for everyone. Why? Because of late, I'm also dealing with a lot of students and teachers concerned on this. So 2 years of using phones, now we are in the phase of withdrawal. Okay, withdrawal doesn't happen over the night or over months. The withdrawal takes time. You have to go through different types of withdrawal. For example, there was this particular school where I'm coaching them. All of the children have mobile addiction, and I said, set a goal and promise me that you will not use your phone more than 2 hours a day. So they decided to go on this 21 days challenge. That is, every day they will only use their phones for 2 hours and get it signed from their parents that they did not go beyond. And from the total population of the class, 80% have to achieve this. 80%. And they set their goals. They said that we wanted a particular place for canteen. They had 5 top goals. And in this, the management agreed to do one for them. And they had to go on a 21-day challenge to reach 80% of them to control themselves for 2 hours. So you cannot go and say, stop. You instead have to go on the other way, that reducing time, giving more apps. We know that they're on the phones because of games and all they want to watch. Put them in the apps that is going to give them a lot of mental work. There are a lot of jigsaw puzzle apps. There are Sudoku. There are other apps that is useful for drawing. Even very healthy games are there where I love this concept in which one principal inculcated in the class. Let us all play one game. Right? The whole class downloaded one game. The principal also downloaded it, and they all played the same game. So the teachers who were taking, the students, the principal were involved, and they didn't have time to go and play other game and all. Only this game, and they'll only play for 1 hour. And that's their achievement. So even in the game, there was this thing where they could form a group and they kept a target for themselves. So they had a time of fun, and they also knew the teachers were also part of it. And that was absolutely a great way. And this could be applied as well. But you have to remember, it's a withdrawal symptoms. It will take time.
Thank you, Doctor, for highlighting well. There's one question from Dr. Satya. She's thank you for wonderful delivery.
Thank you.
Gender gap have major impact on ethical behavior. What is your opinion, ma'am?
Okay, if you take it on a global level, the gender gap is now not between a male or female. It's between accepting LGBTQ and other different gender people. But in terms of India, we have inculcated this thought of a girl and boy should sit separately in 2 different parts of the classroom. A boy shouldn't talk to girl. In most of the schools or college that I go to, I'll ask them, do you want me to put up a topic on sexual education? And there are management who are fearful that the parents might not like it and make an issue. There are some managements themselves who don't want it to be taught. So from the core level, we have to change ourselves. We have to talk that men and women are equal, and other genders are also equal. They're all human beings. More than gender, we are all human beings. And we have to practice this from their junior years. So we are already in college, but still in college, we are making sure that they don't talk to boys. We're making sure that they sit separately, and that doesn't make sense. And with this system, we cannot bring any type of, equality. This has to change.
Thank you again. There's one question from Dr. Suhasini Durai. How to express ethical behavior to an authoritative head of the department?
Okay. We strongly believe that, and we have set a standard. If I express anything out of my concern or an ethical way, the management might fire me, or I might lose this job. I might not be treated the same way. My question is your ethics less valuable than your job and all that? In your ethics, you have your respect. In your ethics, you have your self-made self. In your ethics, you have your own built system. And do you think putting this to the front of anyone, to the higher official, and you are scared that they might not treat you the same way? Equal, I would say, if you can't express your ethical behavior or your ethical concern, you are in the wrong place, and you shouldn't be compromising or adjusting. But if you want to put it up the right ways, go on a one-on-one conversation, take it in a polite tone. Our tones make a difference. And always do not jump straight to the topic. See, if they have taken any disciplinary action on you or some concern, just first start from, start that you have been in this institution for so many years. Make sure when the time you talk to that particular person is convenient for them, right? And then slowly say that this issue happened and I would have felt better if you have done this, and this would have actually felt good on me and respectful because of the credentials I have for this institution. Put it in a very humble tone, but make sure the point you wanted to deliver is emphasized hard, not once, but twice and thrice. And even in the ending, make sure that this is what I'm looking for an outcome from you for treating me like this, or from my behavior, or whatever you want to. The tone matters and the time matters.
Ma'am, we are actually also going live in YouTube. So we have received a question there. How to make attentive in classes and how to encourage them to do some technical and ethical activities?
Okay. Attention in classes is a very complicated way. Why? Because every individual have a different time of attention span. Some can focus their attention for 30 minutes, some 45, some 1, some 2 hours in straight. But to bring all of them in attention, you have to be interesting and make the session more creative. Creative as in involve them. Involve them. So many times we teach. I'll tell you, split it. Say that I'm going to start the session, right? I'll start the beginning part. I might jump to anyone in the classroom for the second half of the session. And then immediately I might jump to another person to continue whatever your friend has been conveying in the teaching. So in this way, they don't know who's going to be next. So involving them in the session rather than keeping them as a listener will make sure they are attentive. Also, go on with a lot of practical lessons, puzzles, quizzes, open book test ideas. So these are all things that will keep them attentive in the session.
Thank you, Doctor. We have received enough details on your experiences, and we are so contented. Thank you so much. So we will slightly wind up. I invite Dr. Sajita Parveen, Associate Professor, Department of Corporate Secretaryship and Information Systems Management, to propose the vote of thanks.
Thank you, Preeti. Assalamu alaikum and good evening to one and all present here. I deem it a great honor and privilege to propose the vote of thanks on this memorable occasion. First of all, I thank the Almighty God for having showered His blessings and grace upon all of us. On behalf of the Department of Corporate Secretaryship, Information Systems Management, and Business Administration, I extend my profound gratitude to our special guest, Dr. Ratna Chellappa, faculty from the Department of Business Studies, University of Technology and Applied Sciences, Oman, for spending her valuable time with us. Ma'am, your words were very inspiring and motivating. Thank you, ma'am. I extend my heartfelt gratitude to our speaker for the day, Dr. Inaugural, CEO, Edulink Global Academy, Singapore, who spared time from her busy schedule to share her knowledge and experience with us. Ma'am, your session was very informative. This will surely be going to encourage us in dealing with students with more clarity. Thank you, ma'am. I place on record our gratitude to the management and principal in charge, Dr. Amtul Aziz, for the constant support and encouragement in all our endeavors. I take this opportunity to thank Dr. Firdaus Jahan, Vice Principal and Head Department of Business Administration, and Dr. Barakat, Dean of Business Studies, Head of the Department of CS and ISM, without whose efforts, guidance and support we would not have been able to carry out this huge event. My thanks are due to Mr. Joshua Gerard, Chief Operating Officer, Tamil Nadu Advanced Technical Training Institute, India, who accepted our offer to partner with the Department of CS, ISM and BBA, Justice Vaishramad Said College for Women, to host the 7 days International Faculty Development Program on Professional Progression in Commerce and Management. My heartfelt thanks to the FDP coordinators for their valuable contribution, guidance and encouragement in the successful arrangement of the program. I extend my thanks to all my fellow faculty members of the Department of Corporate Secretaryship, Information Systems Management and Business Administration for the relentless efforts and cooperation in the conduct of the 7 days International Faculty Development Program. Last but not the least, I thank the participants who showed an overwhelming response to our invitation and made the International Faculty Development Program a grand event. I thank each one of you for your lively participation and interaction. Thank you, one and all.
Thank you, Saji. The feedback form is posted in the chat box. Kindly fill up to get the e-certificate. Thank you all for your active participation. Thank you once again. We will meet tomorrow. Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Recording stopped.